What's going on, everybody? I'm Primalliquid and welcome back to my 100% playthrough for Final Fantasy II. We are on part number 2 right now, and well, we had some troubles in yesterday's, you know, with the game over and pretty much losing all the progress I originally had. So I did a little grinding while watching a couple of movies. Might have gone a little too far. Look, this is what happens when you grind without paying attention, okay? Luckily enough, in Final Fantasy II, this actually isn't that strong, to be honest. It's only really the health that's been leveled. Like my magic and my actual equipment levels and that are still pretty low. So we can offset this and keep it sort of normal difficulty just by using weaker weapons, pretty much. And it's like, as I say, the magic hasn't really been leveled. Stats not really all that high either. So yeah, I kind of have decent health, but that's kind of all, pretty much. So yeah, I wouldn't worry too much about that, to be honest. Simply due to the fact that well, high health in FF2 doesn't really do a whole lot, to be honest. I tell you what, though, what does do a whole lot are my lovely Patreon supporters on screen now. Thank you very much, guys, for all the support. I love you all. And of course, if you guys want to get your name listed on the video as well, then take a look at the top of the description where you can get some good old benefits from becoming a Patreon. With that said, though, we have Minwu in the party now, so we have to talk to Hilda again, so we can learn about the Dreadnought. Obviously, we already learned Mithril because that's how we got Minwu in the party. But to continue on, we need to learn some new things, basically. So we got Dreadnought, we got Airship, and with that, we can actually leave now, because those are the only ones that we actually needed. Well, I say actually needed. Those are the only ones that we could actually get for now. And we technically don't need Dreadnought or Airship to progress the story right now. But, you know, they're there, basically. One of the things I will say as well is I did not go to Mysidia for better gear. I figured, you know what, I'll completely leave that and it would make me way too OP. Yes, I know the irony of me saying that with like 7,000 health, but it would make me a little too OP. So one of the things to mention is we don't actually have to come here to Paloom. We can, however, use this as a shortcut if we want to get to the next area, because we can actually use that ferry that's just below us. You can speak to this guy right here. I'm not going to do that, just because of the fact, you know, I'd rather just run through. Like, it doesn't really take very long at all, to be honest. So yeah, we're just gonna be running through. First things first, though, I am going to buy some items and some magic, because Paloom actually has some insanely good magic, such as Blink, Protect, and Shell. Don't really care about Cure. But yeah, the reason why these are actually really good is these are your defensive magics, basically. So Blink increases evasion, Protect is physical damage, and Shell is magic defense. Now, what I actually like to do is I like to spread these out on my characters. So I will basically have you know, like I'll have Blink on one, Protect on a second, and then Shell on a third. And then that way, you know, once we start getting into the harder battles later on, I can set all three of them up in one go, basically. In fact, you know what? I'm going to put Berserk on Guy as well, since that increases attack. In fact, I'll put Berserk on everybody. Yeah, so while I was doing some grinding, I went and killed some Ogre Mages, some Captains, some Mages, and things like that. So that's where these tomes have come from. And of course, I did get the Toad tomes as well. I've not really leveled them though, as you can see. Like, I started leveling them, but then I was like, no, I'd best stop, you know, because it's like I saw how much health I had. And I was like, yeah, little too far on the grind. Little too far. It's alright though, it's not the end of the world. It's like, if anything, we're kind of just gonna... Oh, what's the word I'm looking for? You know, I've just completely lost all train of thought there. But no, basically... Oh, goddamn it, I completely forgot about that. I will have to start using the best armor. Where's my knife gone? There it is. But yeah, basically one of the things that we can do is, going forward, like, the start of FF2 is normally incredibly easy anyway. But enemies will eventually just suddenly start hitting, like, absolute trucks, basically. So even though we have the health, we don't have the defense to really mitigate it, in a sense. So even though it looks like a lot of health, like, it's really not actually going to get us all that far. Plus, FF2 has a little bit of a problem when it comes to status effects. So in FF1, the only status to really watch out for is petrification. FF2, not so much. Statuses in FF2 can be incredibly brutal. Mainly due to the fact of the amount and their accuracy rating. So what I mean by their accuracy rating is, essentially they have a much higher, like, chance of success when compared to most typical Final Fantasies. So if you come up against, you know, like 4, 6 cockatrices, something like that, chances are your party is going to get petrified if you don't, you know, if you don't cleanse it straight away. So it is definitely very dangerous, and something you do want to keep an eye out. And of course, with things like that, well, health doesn't really mean anything now, does it? So, yeah. Either way, though, you know, it's one of them things. It's like, don't worry. I'm still probably going to get a lot of deaths. Well, I'm not, but Merc probably will. It's like, Merc loves dying, you know? Dying is what Merc does best, to be honest. Alright, so here in Pollum? No, not Pollum. Poft. See, I knew it began with P.O. I was very close, okay. We're pretty much just gonna visit the stores, and then we'll be going on to our next area. It's like, Pollum and Poft are essentially just two, like, rest stop areas, where there's nothing really that we need to do in them. We just sort of pass through them, you know? It's like, I'm just gonna buy a few things. In fact, I think the vendors are the exact same as... Yeah, I think they are. I think the vendors are the exact same as Pollum. I mean, I'll double check the armor store just in case, but... Yeah, so they're all the exact same. So we don't need to worry about that. So yeah, let's just go, shall we? Oh, one of the things that I will quickly mention is Sid is actually here in Poft, and you can actually visit him right now in the pub. Actually, wait, can I wonder. How you doing, Sid? You here to ride the airship? Learn? No, I've already learned that, so let's ask it. Yes, that's all it's doing. But yeah, if you don't learn the airship command from Hilda, you can actually learn it there. And of course, if you want to, you know, you can use the airship to travel around if you want. I'm not gonna do that, you know, because I don't really see the point. Like, there's nothing here that can even remotely, like, hurt us, you know. But the airship can take us to a whole bunch of places. I will probably start utilizing that later. For now, though, I'm not going to. It's like we're just gonna leave that as it is, you know. It's like we're gonna have a leisurely stroll around the world. It's like we've got to experience the wildlife, you know. Even if the wildlife does try to absolutely murder us. Okay, so now we're actually going to the place where we need to, and I can't remember if it's to the right here or to the left, so... No, my luck, I'm going to go to the right, and it's going to be to the left. But basically, we're looking for Salamand. And Salamand is going to be where the hero Joseph is. Okay, it's not that way. In fact, what is that cave? Let me just double check. Oh, that's the labyrinth. Okay. Yeah, we're not going to be doing anything in there for quite a while, to be honest. Quite a while indeed. But yeah, so the main reason we're looking for Joseph is he's essentially like a mithril worker. So he's going to be the best person to ask about mithril, and then he will also tell us where we can find said mithril. Also, if you're curious about the Ramu story in FF9, so you know when you have to collect those fragments for Ramu in FF9, the story that Ramu is actually talking about is actually Joseph's story from this. It is literally his life that he talks about, and you have to put them in order. So if you'd not played FF2 before 9, might have got a little annoying. You know, I mean, obviously you could just piece it together by how it went. But if you have played FF2, then yeah, it was pretty straightforward. Okay, so now that we're here in Salamand, before we do anything, we're gonna do some shopping. You know, it's like, do we need to buy any of this stuff? Hell no. Is that gonna stop us though? Hell no. It's like, yeah, I don't really have that much gil, but it's fine, you know. I want 4 of everything for no reason other than I can, okay? Literally no reason other than I can. Wait, that's the item store. Where's the magic? There it is. Right, life. I'm gonna buy 3 of them actually, because I want that on each character. I'm gonna buy 3 teleports as well. Like, teleport is... It's really, really, really broken if you start leveling it up. Like, there's very, very little in the game that will actually survive teleport. Mainly due to the fact it has a really unique magic element, which I think... oh, was it called the null element? I think it was called the null element. Well, basically, there's only like 3 enemies in the game who actually resist it. So, yeah, it's like super OP. And here we have Joseph. Joseph, buddy, I need some mithril, my man. I need some mithril, bro. I haven't found any yet. I do have a few leads, but I don't plan on sharing what I do know with a bunch of perfect strangers. I'm going to need you to do a little something, okay? From Salamander, we're being forced to work in the Semite Falls. Okay, sure. So, we got to go to Semite Falls right now. Not going to be that difficult to get there, to be honest. It's not that far away. We do just have to go for a little boat ride, though, because it's pretty much right below us. So one of the ways to easily get to Semite Falls is actually just, like, walk straight south from the exit of Salamand, and that puts you in this little narrow canyon here. From here, you just go around to the left, into the river, and then straight up. It's one of those little things that... You know, I always used as a kid, essentially, just so that I knew where I was going, basically. Because, like, these older FF games, they told you what area to go to, but they never actually, like, really told you how to get there. You know, you were supposed to find that out yourself by either, like, asking NPCs, walking around, things like that. Wait, what? I feel like I'm an idiot right now, because I think I've gone the wrong way. I could have swore it was up there. It's not. It's not up at the cave, is it? Please tell me that's not it, because now this is going to make me look like an absolute idiot. No, that's arcane. Have I got to get in around the left? That's what I always could have swore it was to the south. Well, that's just made me look like an absolute tool, hasn't it? Oh well, we knew it was going to happen eventually in this playthrough, didn't we? So I guess we'll just live with it, you know. We'll just live with it. It's like we are going to have to come back here later though as well. So, it's not too bad. But we are now in our very first dungeon. And FF2 dungeons are... How shall I put it? they're not terrible, but they're also terrible. Because FF2 was essentially like the point where they decided to add invisible pathways in their dungeons. So, like, you know, you could walk through walls in dungeons and that and follow, you know, like an invisible path to get some treasure and whatnot. They were incredibly evil with these and went majorly overboard. So, unfortunately, we're going to have some annoying dungeons later. Now, if you do have, like, I don't know, like a map or something like that to look at, it's not too bad. The only downside is, because, like, trust me, I've looked for these maps in the past. Whenever you search Final Fantasy II maps, it brings up the American Final Fantasy II, which was actually Final Fantasy IV. So whenever you try and search maps for FF2, 99% of the time, you're just gonna get FF4 maps, which is hella annoying. Because, like, the dungeons on FF4 weren't really, you know, that bad. They were actually much more straightforward than the actual FF2 anyway. So yes, they are very annoying to find, unfortunately. So you pretty much have to either try and walk in every wall or watch a guide like this, you know? It's like you will eventually stumble upon something that you can use to find them all anyway. And unfortunately, it does also mean that, well, pretty much all the best equipment in the game is, you guessed it, hidden behind these invisible pathways. Especially the Masamune. Although, you can get, like, the Masamune and all, like, the Genji gear and that by getting Toad up to level 16. Like, I showed it off in my FF2 Overpowered video. In fact, that's something else. If anyone's, like, curious how I did my grinding or anything like that, literally just the exact same as I did for my FF2 Overpowered video, pretty much. It's like, I just sort of AFK farmed the gods in Flint, basically, you know? I mean, it's like I did go into the marshes a little bit to farm the ogre mages and whatnot, and to get the mithril helms. But yeah, it's basically just the FF2 Overpowered video I did. Right, so there was 4 doors there. You want the left one. The other 3 just lead to, unfortunately, completely empty rooms. What is that noise outside? What? That was weird. I have no idea what that was, to be honest. Oh, hey, we found a Sasquatch, guys. They really do exist. Should we take a picture and send it to the papers? It's like, look, seeing that is much more believable than the horribly pixelated photos that people still upload these days. It's like, in this day and age, how anybody still, like, has the ability to take a horribly pixelized photo is beyond me. It's like, cameras nowadays are so, like, high-tech, and they have been for many years now. The people must be using, like, old Nokias or something. Wait, was the cameras on old Nokias? I don't think there was. Either way, it's kind of ludicrous how bad some pictures are. Alright, so here at the Little Fork, this door right here just leads to another dead end like before, because FF2 likes dead ends as well, unfortunately. Now, right here, we should normally go to the left to continue on, but we're going to get the treasure. So that is why we're going down to the bridge. The good thing is, though, we don't actually have to go down again, because there's nothing down there. So we only need that one treasure chest, and then we can come up. Okay. So this time there are 3 doors. The middle and the far right one, again, just lead to empty rooms. So we're going to go into the left one. And look who we found. We found the slaves, aka the people from Salamand. What's going on, Paul? Yeah, how's it going, buddy? Yeah, it's Joseph's daughter. We're here to rescue him, you know. It's like we're gonna save him. Don't worry, we'll save them. Gotta get the jump on you guys and nab the mithril before me. Come on, dude. Keep dreaming. Yeah, it's like you got caught. That's just how useless you are. See, you should leave this to me, man. Just leave this to me, okay? You do owe me one as well. That is also very, very true. Alright, so now that we've saved them, let's go. Because we still have a couple more floors to go to. Okay, so we have this floor and then one more floor left to do before we have the boss. There are actually only 2 treasures left as well. There's one on each floor, basically. The first one is going to be straight up here from this bridge. And then the next one's going to be on the next floor. There are going to be a couple more... oh, what's the word? There are going to be a couple more, like, trapdoors. Well, I say trapdoors. Like, doors that just lead to empty rooms with nothing in them. Like, if you go straight up from here, there will be another door. It's just an empty room with nothing in it. Okay. Here we are at a annoying fork. North, east, and south. East and south, just a dead end. So we're going to go to the north. And then we're just going to go around the outside. And voila, before you know it, we're on the last floor. I'll tell you what, though. One of the things I've been doing is I've been recording these videos, like, one a day, just so I can keep the commentary sort of in sync, you know, with everything that goes on and that. But what do you guys actually think about me, like, building up a stock? So what I mean is recording multiple a day. Recording multiple a day, but releasing one a day. And then, you know, like, once I say finish recording FF2, then obviously the uploads will still be going because it'll only be having one upload a day. Then I can also start recording other games as well and uploading maybe 1, 2, 3 videos a day. What do you guys think about that? Like, would you rather keep the actual... Oh, I forgot about these. Yeah, so there are some slimes here that unfortunately we have to use magic on. It's fine though. We'll just crush them. But yeah, like, would you guys prefer me to keep things like they are? You know, like all the commentary and things like that will just be completely up to date. So anything that I talk about in video, you know, it's absolutely the most recent thing that I'm talking about, you know? Whereas it could be a case, well, the other way is if I was to say record all of FF2, I could probably finish it in, you know, 2-3 days. So then you would have like 2-3 weeks worth of videos. So what I say could be really, really outdated, you know? Oh, I forgot about the monster in the box. But yeah, let me know what you guys are thinking. You know, I'm really curious. Oh, it's just a landtail, so we'll crush him. In fact, yeah, I can still damage him with my knife. You know what, actually, I'm just going to abuse him with my knife. Even though he's going to die slowly, he will still die, and this will give me a guaranteed knife level. So, might as well do that. It's like, one of the things that I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be leveling, like, all the weapon types for each character. Is there a reason for me doing that? Nope, absolutely not, other than the fact I can, basically. Anyway, though, since we have that treasure chest now, we actually have all the treasure in this place, apart from the item we came for, the mithril. So let's go get that now by heading literally back on ourselves to the other end of this bridge, and then we can go get that. I tell you what though, like I'm kind of regretting having my magic so high leveled. It's like the health doesn't bother me because I know just how useless high health in this game is. It's like there's so many things that will still murder me. It's like, hell, if I tried to go down towards Mysidia right now, honestly, I would probably still get murdered without like abusing things. Okay, so another fork, door on the left, door on the right. Door on the right leads to an empty room, so we're gonna go to the door on the left. And with that, we are here. Rebels, never thought I'd have to deal with your kind down here. Dude, what do you mean, my kind? Like, that is an insult beyond belief, dude. How on earth could you just turn around and say, my kind? I'll tell you what, man. And you ain't gonna put that mithril blade through my heart at all. It's like, trust me, I've killed your superiors in Flint, buddy. You ain't got nothing on me. But yeah, if I like started heading down towards Mysidia or the desert around, I think it's called Kashorn, like, I would get obliterated really, really fast. Because aside from the fact my defense stats are low, my armor is also incredibly, incredibly bad. So it's like things there will be hitting me for like 6, 7, even 800 damage, and I would just get obliterated. So do not worry about the high health. That will not last. I do have to wonder one thing though. How long until Merc dies? It's like he has a ton of health right now because Guy is just like a meat shield. So I'm really curious how long he lasts. You know what, actually, I'm just gonna... Let's just do that. It's like, we might as well, you know, speed this up a little bit. It's like, that should actually give me a knife level on everyone as well, I think. Because we definitely got a few slashes in there. Yep. Knife level, baby. Oh, min move strength increased. How nice for him. He got strong, man. He got strong. Right, and with that, we can grab the mithril. I love that. I love that little tune, man. Like, I love it so much. Oh yeah, one of the things to note is you can actually just walk in the water here, but it doesn't really do anything. Like, you can't go through the waterfall or anything like that. So now that we're done here, I'm just gonna go ahead and use teleport to instantly leave the dungeon. Wait, does teleport use health? Oh, it does. Is it gonna kill me? Now I'm really curious. No, it doesn't kill me. Okay. But yeah, that's also a pretty decent way of leveling teleport if you really, really want to. Like, if you don't want to actually, you know, fight battles, then you can go ahead and do that. Oh, and I will mention one other thing as well. The problem with me actually having such high health right now, and the fact that, you know, my cure is kind of decently leveled, you know, around like 8 to 10. It means that I'm going to have to use a lot of casts to restore my health, and it's going to take a lot of MP, because I've not actually really done much magic. Like, I got a few things leveled, but I didn't really, you know, like, push it super high or anything like that. So, magic might come back and bite me in the ass in the future. Who knows? Especially if, you know, I start spamming cure out of battle. Because that will kill my MP, and it just pushes cure even higher. Like, it shouldn't be an issue. Shouldn't be. Unless we really start progressing, like, really, really fast. It's like, I can't actually remember the last time I did FF2 without doing, like, an over-the-top grind, you know? Alright, I don't think we have to show you in the mithril, but I'm going to do it anyway. Better get that mithril back to Altair. Yeah. Thought so. I don't know why I had it in my head that we should just come visit Joseph. It's like, look, we aren't gonna be able to see him much, so we have to visit him when we can. Spoiler alert for those who haven't played. Although, honestly, if you've not played FF2 at this point, like, what is wrong with you? You should go and play it, you know? It's like, just take over, you know? Take over my playthrough. Don't use this playthrough as a guide for your first run of FF2. Just play through it normally and enjoy it. It's a really, really fun game, especially when doing it blind. In fact, when doing it blind, the game can actually be really, really brutal and difficult, especially some sections later. Plus, it is incredibly easy to get lost on as well. But that's a story for a different day. I'll tell you what though, like, if I could just completely forget everything about, like, some FF games and, you know, sort of re-experience them for the first time, I think FF10 would definitely be my my go-to. Like, come on, that's obvious. Everybody who knows me knew I would say that. But I think FF2 would probably be my second pick, you know? For my third, probably FF9. Yeah, probably FF9. Because, like, those are my three favourite FF games. Like, FF10, 2, and 9. See, my second favourite, though, like, it's really, really hard to judge which one I would say over 2 or 9. Because it's like, I love them both so much. And I like them both for different reasons. So it would be really hard to choose. It's like, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's one of them things. It's just one of them things, man. Right, now that we're back to Altair, though, let's go take this heaping, honking rock and give it to Hilda, shall we? Yeah, the Empire suffered losses. They're building the Dreadnought. Yeah, don't worry. We'll go destroy that right after we do this. Please take the Mithril to Tobal, the town blacksmith. I tell you what, man, why can't she just get someone else to do it? It's like she's literally got a building full of servants and that, and yet she chooses me to go and do it. Like, why? Why? I don't get it. Like, I'm a hero. Well, I mean, I'm not quite a hero yet, but I'm like a war orphan. We're war orphans, man, and you're making us do simple things like this. It's like, just send me out to the battlefield. And yes, buddy, it is Mithril indeed. The rest of me, swords, armor, you name it, I'll start pounding it out. Ooh, dude's gonna start pounding. Come on, bro. What? That's little out there, buddy. Over at the shop counter. Yeah. Yep. And that's exactly what we're gonna do. We're gonna buy a bunch of Mithril stuff right now. So, wrong NPC. It's you that I want. So we can actually buy Mithril equipment now. Obviously, I'm gonna buy 4 of each again because I can, and the fact it actually kills my gil as well, which is I don't know. I guess it's a little offshoot for the grinding I did, but I am just gonna quickly do this so I can at least buy the equipment that I want. Armor. I mean, I don't need it, but I'll buy 4 anyway, and I'll buy 4 gloves. Okay, so we bought all the Mithril equipment. I'm not going to equip it just yet. I'm going to wait a moment because we're going to go back to Polym now. And the main reason for that is this is actually something that a lot of people don't know. Because I know, like, when I talked about it before and that, they've actually been surprised about this. But when you actually upgrade Altair to Mithril equipment, the same actually happens in Polym. Well, Polym and Poft. So we can now go ahead and go to the weapon store and look who we have here. We can now buy Mithril Sphere, Sword, Axe, and Bow. Now, obviously we don't need the Spear or the Sword because we could get them in Altair. But we can still get the Axe and the Bow. Unfortunately though, the armor shop is literally the same as Altair, so we don't need to do that. Right, with that though, we're going to go back to Altair now, because now we're gonna really start hammering things up. Although I think I'm actually gonna rest at the inn first. Need to recoup my MP, you know. Need to get it back. In fact, I should probably change my equipment, to be honest, before I forget about that. Because if I forget about it, chances are I won't do it. Right, what's my weapon level? So knife is 4. I'm going to keep my knife on. Yeah, I'm going to keep my knife on for now. In fact, with my health, I'm not even going to change the equipment, to be honest. Yeah, I'm not going to change my equipment. I'm just going to leave that as is. Hopefully, well, not hopefully, but it might add some challenge to the run. Anyway though, guys, that is going to be it for this video. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. If you have, then please be sure to hit that like button and leave a comment down below. And of course, if you are new to the channel, then make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss this Final Fantasy marathon. As always though, everybody, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon.